As we enter the month of December, there seems to be a bit of a gap between the top two and the chasing pack out of the Championship. Now, will that gap extend further after matchday number 20? We'll take a little look next at the latest round of predictions. And we are live. Hit the VT, baby. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at matchday number 20 out in the Championship, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, whoa, football, we're all here under one roof. I'm all over the place because I haven't been live in absolutely ages, and you guys aren't even here. So it's just going to be me on my lonesome. Hopefully you can see me, but if you can't, well, we'll have to catch up with you later on. But anyway, just for myself and my own point of view, let's have a little look at how I got on last time around, and then maybe we'll have a look at how you guys got on. So let's get going out in the Championship. Yeah, this is it. Matchday number 19 obviously concluded yesterday. I'm a little bit earlier than usual, but I've been mixing up with the late night streams as well. In fact, hang on a minute. Where am I? I've got to jump over here. So if you're into 0 to 3, you're in the shit-faced gang, boys and girls. If you get into 4 to 6, you're in the okay shindungi. And if you're in the 7+, you're in the top banana, boys and girls. And there was a few. Hello, Thomas. Okay, it's just you and me, buddy. It's just you and me watching this bad boy. So that's the grading criteria, I say. That's judging myself and you guys. Oh, they come. All the late bananas. They're just finished their homeworks or whatever they are. But welcome, Finn. Welcome, Brendo. Welcome, Captain Al Strazi and Finn 2018. I know, 'tis the season and all that kind of stuff. Let's get going and take a look at how I got on before we take a look at how you guys got on. So, first and foremost, it was back on Friday. Fulham took care of business against Swansea away from home. Big win for them. 2-1 in the end. Actually went 2-1 the other way. So, not great. Sheffield Wednesday continued to defy all odds, or actually get back to winning ways, I should say. Charlton continued to slump down that table. 3-1 in the end. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday. So, not too shabby. Barnsley, though, picked up a massive victory. The first one under the new manager. 3-1 over Hull. Actually with a 3-1 win the other way myself, so not brilliant. Birmingham could only muster a draw against Millwall. The wheels have come off a little bit for them. Actually thought a 2-0 win for Birmingham. One of the results of the weekend, though, was Brentford's 7-goal demolition of Luton Town. We actually only saw a 2-0 win in it myself. Hello, Tom Clark. Welcome to the gang. Bristol City, though, also 7-goal thriller out of that one. 5-2 win over Huddersfield. The Crowleys. Maybe a bit of a bumpy patch for Huddersfield. They have hit a bit of a stagnant waters at the moment. They cannot get further up the table. But Bristol City look very, very good. 5-2 in the end. I actually saw this as a 3-2 win as well. Saw it as a bit of a thriller, but not as many goals as that. I'm only joking, no-co drinker. I don't know where anyone is in the world, whether it is in Europe. If it's in Europe, then it's probably 5 o'clock. If you're in UK, it's back at 4 o'clock. If you're in the US, you're about to get into your lunchtime. Anyway, Derby County drew with QPR, 1-1 in the end. I actually saw this as a 2-0 win for Derby. Leeds took care of business against Middlesbrough, 4-0. Actually saw 4 goals in this as well. Hello, Infinity Pilot. Welcome to the gang. Forest lost at home to Cardiff, 1-0 in the end. I saw this as a 3-0 win. Well, look at that. 2-1 winners, Rovers over Stoke City. It was lastminute.com goal for Rovers. In a game I thought we did okay. If you haven't heard my review or reaction videos, they are on the channel. Make sure you check that out. 2-1 in the end. I actually saw this as a 2-2 goal. I thought we'd score 2 goals, but I thought Stoke City would get themselves a point. I would have taken a point at kickoff as well. Wigan lost at home to Reading, 3-1 in the end. I actually saw this as a 2-1 win for Wigan. And Preston North End did lose to West Brom. I actually saw this as a 2-1 win myself. But it was only the 1-0 squeaky bum lastminute.com penalty for West Brom in the end. So that's mine, and I just scrape into the straight-faced gang. What about you boys? How did you guys get on? There's only a few predictions here. We'll stick it all off with Samuel Saiz, who edited his prediction, so let's just bear that in mind. He does get straight-faced gang. No-co drinker in the house. Standing ovation, everybody. He's in the house. Let's bow down to his greatness. He's in the top banana this week. Ultra Omiya Murat, not too shabby. CCCCT, also in the top banana as well, but he don't appear to be in the chat, so we'll give him a round of applause anyway. Byron Smith, not too great for you this week. Okay, did better than okay. Top banana as well. There's quite a few years. Now, Darren Warburton, I love you, Darren Warburton. You're quite a reliable predictor, but you predict kind of weird compared to everybody else. If you were to predict in a big cluster, like, say, Scotty Boy or Billy Spencer or something, in a big old block, then I'll be able to mention you more often, but I can't do it when you do all these individual predictions like you do. And I know what you're doing, and it's a simple mistake to make. You type it in, you press enter or you send, and it goes away, And that's that. You know, what you could do is maybe edit that original prediction and come back in and put them in one by one. It just makes it nice and cleaner, and then I can get to talk to you about your predictions a bit more. Otherwise, I can't cut them all 10 predictions out. But hey, CCCTT, welcome back. Hey, okay, joining okay is Russell Frost. He did okay for himself as well. Yes, no co-drinker. Welcome to the gang. Charlie Anderson. Also, there's actually quite a few of you guys this week. That's 4 now. Top banana for Charlie Anderson. Scotty Boy, not too shabby. Billy Spencer, okay as well. We are QPR, not too shabby. And Jaden the Gengar also did okay for himself. He's over there somewhere behind me. You're whoever's in that spot always gets kind of dipped because I'm right there. This is what the table currently looks like out in the Championship. It is West Brom leading the way with Leeds hot on the heels with 2 points behind. There's a 5-point gap between Fulham and the rest of the playoff gang with Forest, Bristol City and Preston North End. Down the bottom it is Barnsley, Stoke and Wigan going down as it stands. But up to 11th it is. This should be a Blackburn Rovers badge, but it's not. But it is Blackburn Rovers. We're on the rise. A win for us could go up to 7th this weekend as we take on Derby. We'll talk more about that in just a tickety-boo. So let's get going, folks, and have a little look at the next round of matches. Kicking it all off on Friday, it will be Millwall up against Nottingham Forest. Now, get your predictions in nice and early in the chat as I break these next few games apart. Hang on, let me load up my stuff over here so I can take a little look at the recent games and all that kind of good stuff. So, Millwall against Nottingham Forest. Obviously, Nottingham Forest doing bits in the playoff spots at the moment. Millwall as high as 13th as it stands. Just give me another second while I open up these last cluster of pages because I want to give you all the info I can on this one. So, they played each other over the last 6 occasions. There's been 3 wins for Millwall, 2 wins for Forest, and 1 draw along the way. Heading into this, actually, Nottingham Forest have actually lost 2 at the past 6 games. Obviously, they lost to Cardiff most recently. Millwall are on a bit of an unbeaten run at the moment, 4 games without a loss, but it's back-to-back draws heading into this. Bookmakers odds on this one go 29-20 for Millwall, 2-1 for Forest, 11-5. The draw. We've got Noco Drinkers prediction. Hello, Gingas Tickers. Hello, Rhythm. Welcome to the gang. Yeah, we've got a couple of predictions and get them in nice and early. Win for Millwall, who currently find themselves in 13th spot, could see them jump to 9th in the table. Win for Forest could see them go into 3rd as they try to close in on those top 2 spots at the moment. This one, obviously, it's in front of the cameras, I believe. Millwall look good at the moment under, what's his name? Gary Rowett. They're competing. They're not in the relegation zone, and they don't think they'll be there anyway. I think Forest are looking good, and I think they're destined for playoff spots. But for me, when it's one game only on Friday night, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I can't separate 2 sides. But for you guys, sorry, I jumped the gun here. Noco Drinker with a 2-1 win for Forest. Brendan Show with a 2-1 win for Millwall. Infinity Pilot's gone with a 3-1 win for Forest. Thomas has gone with a 2-1 win for Forest as well. Welcome, George, to the gang. Hello, all the other newbies have just joined us to watch the latest round of prediction. Rhythm's going with a 3-1 win for Forest as well. Everyone's going for a victory. I'm going for the draw, though. Cannot separate the 2 sides on this one as they enter match day number 20. And that point for me, if it does work out that way, would see no major movement for Forest. They should still... They could potentially drop out of the playoff spots, but we'll see. Millwall would probably just go up a spot or 2. But anyway, let's go take a look at Huddersfield Town against Leeds United. That's next. That's the early kickoff on Saturday. Obviously in the northeast of England. Now, these 2 sides do get out of the last 6 occasions. There's been 3 wins for Huddersfield, 3 wins for Leeds. The last time they did play over in Huddersfield at the Kirklees or the John Smiths, whatever you want to call it. It was a 2-1 win for Huddersfield. The goal scorers on that day was Isaiah Brown and Michael Hefele. Chris Wood was the only goal scorer for Leeds on that occasion. The bookmakers' odds on this one, if you're still with me, 11-2 for Huddersfield, 7-4 on for Leeds, 14-5 the draw. Huddersfield coming into this sitting in 19th spot of the table, and like I said, without a win in 4 games, Leeds sits second in the table, 5 wins on the spin. Whatever they do, they just can't get rid of that West Bromwich Albion who lead the way at the moment. We have some predictions in their house. We have Finn with a 2-0 win for Leeds. Noco Drinkers going with a 3-0 win for Leeds as well. I'm not going to give you mine until I see at least a couple more in the predictions. Bad boy. Let's take a look at the last 6 over at the Kirklees, in fact, between these 2 sides. So Leeds have actually won 3 of the past 6 when played over in Huddersfield. Prior to the 2-1 defeat last time out, Leeds actually won back-to-back over Huddersfield. Actually won 4, or I've actually won 3 of the past 4 prior to that. So what we got? We got Noco Drinker with a 3-0 win. Infinity Pilot with a 2-0 win for Leeds. Brenda Show's going 6-2 win for Huddersfield. 8-goal thriller. Rhythm with a 3-2 win for Leeds as well. CT83 is jumping the gun a little bit. He's going for the Fulham game, which is a couple bits down there. Come on, you Blues. I mean, he's on about Blackburn. Of course he is. So we have quite a strong affiliation for Leeds in the chat. Going to go with a 2-1 win myself for Leeds as well, and that would get them up there and maintain their top 2 promotion. Obviously, even if a defeat, they won't slip out the top 2 this weekend. Next up, we have the game of the weekend, folks. It is Blackburn Rovers up against Derby County. Now, I just finished recording the preview for this game. It's looking good for Rovers at the moment. So we look one of the form teams at the moment. I think we've won 4 out of the past 5 games. We sit 10th for the 11th in the table. That defeat was against Leeds as well, and it was just by the 1-goal margin. Derby coming to this 14th in the table. It's actually only 2 points separate the two sides into this. Derby have actually only won once in the past 4 heading into this. However, the last few games between the two sides, it's been 3 wins for Rovers, 1 win for Derby, 2 draws along the way. The last time Derby won against Rovers was back in 2016. I think it was Jacob Butterfield with the goal, who was on trial with Rovers in the summer. He's now playing his football over at Leeds. The bookmakers' odds on this one, evens for Rovers, 14-5 for Derby, 5-2 the draw. Come on then. Give it to me. Break it to me now. Ralph Kaspar's going with a 2-1 win for Rovers. Finn, 2018, is going with a 6-0 win for Rovers. And Rhythm with a 2-0 win for Rovers. That's what I'm talking about, boys and girls. I don't want to see no Derby predictions up there, because we're going to win this bad boy. And I'm going with a 3-1 win in the end. Tiffany Pyle with a 2-1 win. He's giving them a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. Noko Drink with a 3-1 win as well. Brenda shows go. Oh my god, look at this guy. Let's go, Brendo. His true colours coming on out now. 8-0 win for Derby. That's what I just spat on that prediction because it's disgusting. 8, but I'll allow it because you never know. We just saw a 7-0 from Brentford over Luton. I don't think it will happen though, Brendo. If it does come through an 8-0 win, I'll shave off not one but both of my eyebrows. Yeah, okay, that's a bold prediction for yourself. Anyway, so 3-1 in the end, and that win for Rovers could push them up to 7th in the table, and then we could start really talking about, top 6. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go and take a little look at Cardiff City up against Barnsley. Now, obviously, Cardiff under new management with Neil Harris leading the way for Cardiff. And they've also got new manager at Barnsley with Struber, who actually got himself a first victory last time out against Hull City. Cutting into this, though, the previous 6 matches between Cardiff and Barnsley have been 3 wins for Cardiff, 1 win for Barnsley, 2 draws along the way. The last time they did play each other at Cardiff was back in 2018 in the Championship. It was a 2-1 win for Cardiff. Goal scorers on that day was Callum Patterson and Marco Grugic. Oliver McBurney scored the one and only goal for Barnsley heading into this one. Barnsley actually at bottom of the table with 12 points on the board. A win for them could see him leapfrog Stoke and put them at the bottom of the table. Cardiff sit 10th of the table, 28 points on the board. A win for them could see him go into the playoffs. That's right, Neil Harris leading him into the playoffs perhaps. Bookmakers, what odds on this one? 8-11 on for Cardiff, 18-5 for Barnsley, 29-10 the draw. We do have some picks in the house. We've got Ifany Pyle with a 4-0 win for Cardiff. CT83, he likes a little bit of a snack of the chocolate kind. Ralph Kaspar with a 1 something result. Brendo's going with another nutso score with a 10-4 win for Cardiff. A Rhythm with a 3-1 win for Cardiff. Ralph Kaspar with a 2-1 win for Cardiff as well. Noko Drinker with a 2-0 win for Cardiff. Thomas is going with a 2-1 win for Barnsley to upset the apple cart. You know what? If he's picked up a victory last time out, he could have a bit of momentum going into this. But to be honest with you, I cannot see anything but a 2-1 win, or at least a win for Cardiff on this one. Again, that could push them into the playoffs. Next up, we have Fulham up against Bristol City. Now, this game is a potential cracker heading into this one. Previous 6 games between the two sides. 1 win for Fulham. 4 wins for Bristol City and 1 draw along the way. CTA3 is going with a cricket score, or at least a rugby score, or maybe an NFL score, 27-23. Chef Mick's going with a 2-0 win for Cardiff. Just to want to bring you up to date with those. So the last 6, Bristol City looked good against Fulham. 4 wins out of the past 6 games. In fact, the last time that these two sides did duke it out at Fulham was a 2-0 win back in 2017 in the Championship, with Bobby Reid scoring for Bristol City and Corey Smith getting the other goal. Actually, Millwall had a player sent off. Fulham had a player sent off. Fulham come into this 3rd in the table, 35 points on the board. 4 wins on the spin. Bristol City come into this 5th in the table. 1 defeat out of the past 6. Heading into this. We have some picks in the house. Jingaja Tekis is going with a 2-2 draw for the Blackburn Derby game. That's a bit of a letdown there, Chief. You've got to stick with the Rovers. They're on form at the moment. Ralph Kaspar is going with a 2-1 win for Fulham. Chef Mick's going with a 3-0 win for Fulham on this one. The last 6, though, over to Craven Cottage. In fact, they've only played 4. They've played 4 times at Craven Cottage, going back to 2016. It's been Bristol City have won all 4 of them. That's right. All 4 of them. No Coach Drinkers going with a 2-2 draw. A lot of support for Fulham on this one. Even Brenda Show is going for a crazy score there. He's going with ridiculous numbers. I'm going to go with a 3-2 win. Goals galore in this one. And maybe, just maybe, Fulham will get the victory over Bristol City for the first time of asking at Craven Cottage. Just take a look at the, actually, before we wrap that up, bookmakers odds on that one, 6-4 on for Fulham, 4-1 for Bristol City, 3-1 the draw. So I'm going with the bookmakers on that one. Next up, we have Hull City up against Stoke City. The two sides have duked it out over the past few years. In fact, it's 2 wins for Hull, 4 wins for Stoke, 0 draws along the way. This match last season ended up as a 2-0 win for Hull. Who was on the score sheet? Jared Bowen, of course, and Kamil Grosicki, the other goal scorer onto this. Hull City sit 12th in the table, 26 points on the board. Just the 1 win out of 4. Stoke come into this 2 defeats on the spin, but 2 wins out of the past 4 as well. Oliver Walls is a Reading season ticket holder. I think we will beat Birmingham 3-1. Have we done that one yet? We have not done that just yet. We'll have to wait and see. Just give me a minute on this one. Okay. So, so Hull City against Stoke City seem to be going in favour of Hull City according to the form book. However, the bookmakers go 29-20 for Hull, 15-8 for Stoke, 12-5 the draw. Obviously, Stoke were beaten last time out under Michael O'Neill. Is he the man to lead them the charge out of this relegation dogfight, or will they get sucked into it further? We have a couple of predictions in the house. No Coach Drinkers going with a 4-0 win for Hull. Infinity Pilot with a 3-2 win for Hull City. The Tigers on this bad boy. Any more predictions in the house? I love Everton more, but a little bit Burnley. He's going with a 3-1 win for Stoke on this one. So one favours Stoke. A couple of you guys favour Hull City on this one. For me, I'm going to go with the Tigers as well. 2-1 win in the end. And that win for Hull could shoot them up to as high as 9th in the table. A win for Stoke could see them out of the drop zone and push either Luton, Middlesbrough into it, depending on what goes on. Speaking of Luton, they're up against Wigan in a relegation dogfight this time out. Wigan come into 22nd in the table, 16 points on the board. 2 draws out of the past 6 games. The other 4 were defeats. Luton Town come into this 1 win out of the past 6 as well. The other 5 games were defeats. So 2 teams who need points and fast. Wigan at the moment cruising for relegation as it stands. The last 6 games between the two sides in all competitions and all venues, 0 wins for Luton, 3 draws and 3 wins for Wigan. The last time they played over at Kenilworth Road was back in 2002 in League One, and it was a 1-1 draw. Goal scorers on that day, Jason DeVos, if you know that, and Skelton for Luton. Back in the day, Matt Jackson was also sent off. Bookmakers odds on this one, 29-20 for Luton, 15-8 for Wigan, 12-5 the draw. So very fine odds on that guy. A couple of other stats for you. Wigan have actually conceded at least 2 goals in the last 6 matches, and Luton have actually lost 6 of the last 7. So this smells like a ball draw, 0-0 on this one. We have one prediction in the house, and that's CT83 with a 2-1 win for Wigan. Infinity Pilot's going with a 2-2 draw, and Noco Drinker's going with the same thing as well, with a 2-2 draw. Obviously, Luton coming into this on the back of that 7-0 demolition by Brentford. And Wigan, though, what was their last result? We just had it. It was just in front of my face. They actually lost to Reading at home. So they're looking terrible. Both teams look terrible at the moment. But I'm going to give it to Luton. 2-1 win in the end at Kenilworth Road. And that should ease the relegation worries a little bit, push them up to 20 points, and maybe push either Huddersfield or Middlesbrough back towards those drop zones. Only 2 points separate Wigan in 22nd and 19th spot Huddersfield on 18 points at the moment. So that's Luton against Wigan. What else have I got for you so far? We've got QPR next coming up. But first is Middlesbrough under fire. Jonathan Woodgate up against Charlton Athletic. Lee Bowyer. Cardiff are on the slump big time. They come into the 17th of the table. Middlesbrough are 20th. It's not terrible form-wise for Middlesbrough. They do find themselves 1 win out of the past 6, but they've actually only lost 1 out of the past 4. In fact, 2. They've lost 2 out of the past 6, if you want to break the numbers up a little bit more. A win for them this weekend could see them leapfrog Huddersfield into 19th spot, Charlton into 17th spot. They've actually lost 4 out of the past 6. They're on a hiding to nothing at the moment. A win for them, though, could see them back into mid-table to 12th. But they just look terrible at the moment. The last 6 between Middlesbrough, and Charlton. 4 wins for Borough, 1 win for Charlton, 1 draw along the way. The last time they did play each other at the Riverside was a 3-0 win back in 2015. Who was the goal scorers on that day? Well, it was David Nugent with 1 goal, Albert Adoma with the other, and Daniel Ayala with the 3rd. We have a couple of predictions in the charts. We have George Jordan with a 3-0 win for Charlton. Noco Drinker with a 1-1 draw. What else we got? Oliver Walls with a 2-0 win for Charlton as well. What does the bookmakers think on this one? They go with Evens for Middlesbrough, 14-5 for Charlton, 5-2 the draw. Any other stats for you? Middlesbrough have actually failed to win 11 of the last 12 matches in the Championship, and Charlton have scored at least, or conceded at least 2 goals in the last 6 away games. So they're playing away here. So they're saying they're expecting to see Middlesbrough score at least 2 goals on this one. George Ginger Tekers is playing a little bit catch up here with a Cardiff prediction with a 4-3 win for Barnsley. Infinity Pilot with a 2-1 win for Middlesbrough. CT83 has gone with a 3-1 win for Middlesbrough as well. So we've got a couple of predictions in nice and early for this one. So they're saying the bookmakers or the form book suggest Charlton will concede at least 2 goals, but I'm going to give it a 1-0 win, just like Chef Mick, to Middlesbrough. That's right. And I'll ease the pressure off Jonathan Woodgate in the end, and maybe, just maybe, alleviate those Neil Warnock rumours that are going around at the moment, linking him to Middlesbrough, before even flipping Woodgate's been binned off. Next up, we have QPR. Again, another manager on the struggles. QPR without a win in 6 now, heading into this 16th of the table, 25 points on the board. Up against the Preston North End side, have also lost 3 on the spin. They might have been a little bit unlucky against West Brom on Monday Night Football, but they're in 6th spot at the moment, 31 points on the board. They could rise to at least 4th in the table with a win against QPR. QPR themselves could rise to 10th of the table at the moment, so we'll see what goes on. The reform book between these two sides played each other 6 times over the past 3 years. 6 wins for Preston out of 6, so they've won them all, so they look good. They are probably a bogey side for QPR, so they need a result. QPR have actually conceded at least 2 goals in the last 7 home matches, and Preston have failed to score in their last 3 matches in the Championship. So it smells like what? I don't know what it smells like. Could be a 0-0 draw, if I'm honest with you. Bookmakers odds on this one, 30-10 for QPR, 2-1 for Preston, 5-2 the draw. QPR started the season in immense form. Warburton was doing bits, but he's now kind of fallen off the pace a little bit. We've got a couple of predictions in the house with Oliver Walls with a 2-1 win for North End. Noko Drinkers got the same scoreline. Baggies fans gone with a 3-0 win for QPR on this one. For me, I've actually gone with North End as well with a 2-0 win to get back to winning ways, and again to put the pressure on Warburton. Maybe he'll be binned off as well and joining the latest manager sacking in the top 2 divisions out in England. Next up, we have Reading up against Birmingham City. Reading come into this 18th in the table, 21 points on the board. Just 2 defeats at the past 6. Not bad form for Bowen, who's leading a bit of a charge for Reading. Birmingham City. Well, Brenda Show's going with a 1-0 win for Preston. Yeah, we're just kind of slow him down a little bit with his little wild predictions there. So Reading against Birmingham City. Reading coming into this decent form under new management, 18th spot on the table. Birmingham on a bit of a slump as well, without a win in 5. 3 draws on the spin is not good form. We've just been drawn against them in the FA Cup, so we're going to be locking horns again for the second time this season, very, very soon. In fact, we might have even played them 3 times by the time the FA Cup, or that'll be the 3rd time this season. Anyway, enough about that. So these two sides, okay form. I think Reading are in better shape at the moment compared to Birmingham. The last 6 between the two sides have been 3 wins for Reading, 2 wins for Birmingham, 1 draw along the way. This match last season, though, ended up as a bore draw. The last time that Birmingham won at Reading was back in 2018. It was a 2-0 win in the Championship. Magoma scored, and Sam Gallagher now at Rovers, of course. Birmingham have actually drawn the last 3 matches. That's just boring. What else have we got? We got going for you here. So Reading 6-5 to win this one, 12-5 the draw, 23-10 the away win on this one, which you guys got for me in the chat skis. We've only got the 1 pick, and that's no co-drinker with the 1 more draw. In fact, Oliver Walls is in there with a 3-1 win as well. He's a Reading season ticket holder, and Infinity Pilot with a 2-1 win as well for this one. Am I going to break his heart with a win? Everton have got Liverpool away in the FA Cup. That's going to be a cracker as well. We're going to be doing the FA Cup predictions for the 3rd round on the channel in a different way. We'll talk more about that once it's confirmed. But anyhow, Reading will draw against Birmingham. I see this as a ball draw, no goals in it, and both teams will walk away with a point. Next up, we have Brenda Show's going with a 3-1 win for Reading, just to put that in there for you all, just to see what he's got up his sleeve. And the penultimate game of the weekend is Sheffield Wednesday up against Brentford. Now, these two sides duked it out over the past 3 seasons. 2 wins for Sheffield Wednesday, 3 wins for Brentford, 1 draw along the way. This match last season ended up as a 2-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday. The goal scorer on that day was Stephen Fletcher with a quick brace, 41st and 48th minutes, both before and after half-time. Sheffield Wednesday have actually drawn the last 3 home matches heading into this. Bookmakers odds on this bad boy, 31-20 for Sheffield Wednesday, 9-5 the away win, 23-10 the draw. Sheffield Wednesday come into this 9th in the table, just the 1 win out of the past 6. As for Brentford, they're up to 7th at the moment. 2 defeats in the past 5 games. Obviously 7-0 last time out against Luton. A win for them. Could see them go to 4th. A win for Sheffield Wednesday. Could see them go to 4th as well. Both sides looking to get themselves into those illustrious playoff spots. Chef Mick goes hi-ho Sheffield Wednesday. Baggy Sam with a 2-2 draw. Brenda Show with a 3-2 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Infinity Pilot with a 3-2 win for Sheffield Wednesday. Goals galore in this one at Hillsborough. Chef Mick says Wednesday will win. What's my zodiac sign? I'm a Virgo, baby. Virgo all the way. Anyhow, Sheffield Wednesday to win. That's what Mick says. He's going with a 2-1 win. No could with a 1-1 draw. Cannot separate the two sides. I'm going with a 2-0 win against the grain. I think Brentford looked good. That 7-0 would actually give him a bit of a springboard and maybe a bit of mojo to maybe leapfrog into the playoff spots as we enter deep into December. And wrapping up the weekend, it will be the leaders, West Brom Arch Albion, up against Swansea City, who find themselves in 8th spot at the moment without a win in 4. So that's good. If Baggies can make that 5 defeats on the spin, then you know what? It'll be good for Rovers as we take on Swansea next weekend after this, or midweek, should I say. So, West Brom, 5 wins on the spin. Swansea without a win in 4. Heading into this, the previous encounters between two sides, 3 wins for West Brom, 2 wins for Swansea, 1 draw along the way. This match last season ended as a 3-0 win for West Brom, with Brunt, Holgate and Rodriguez all on the score sheet in a very convincing victory in the end. West Brom actually undefeated in the last 16 home matches in the Championship, and they've scored at least 2 goals in the last 7. Swansea are undefeated in the last 11 away matches heading into this, so that's a bit of food for thought. Bookmakers odds on this one, 8-13 on for West Brom, 9-2 the draw, 9-2 the away win, 3-1 the draw. What you guys got for me in the chat? No Code Drinkers gone with a 3-0 win for the Baggies. Baggies has also gone with a 3-1 win for West Brom in the end. A win for Swansea could see them go from 8th to 4th. Infinity Pilot with a 4-1 win for the Baggies as well. Seems to be a clean sweep for Baggies. Am I going to break everyone's hearts and go with the other way? Heck no, I'm going with a 3-1 win for West Brom. Brenda Show with a 4-1 win as well. So that is that, my friends. That wraps up my predictions for matchday number 20 in a very, very busy schedule. Be sure to check me out later on next week as we go ahead for matchday 21. Get your predictions in the comment section as well in the block form so we can take a little look at them next time around. But let's just say, between you and me, that these predictions were to come on true. This is what the table would look like as we enter matchday number 21. It'll be West Brom leading the way with 45 points on the board. Leeds would be second. Fulham, Preston, Brentford and Nottingham Forest would be in the top 6 spots. Then down the bottom would be Barnsley, Stoke and Wigan. Going down as it stands with Rovers sitting in 10th, just to put it in a bit of perspective there. So I'll take that. I'll take that right here, right now. But that, my friends, is all I've got for you. I don't really have too much time for anything else, so I'm going to wrap this sucker up in a bit of a dicky bow. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos pretty much every single day on the channel, whether it is predictions, football manager, whatever it is, FIFA. I got it all here under one roof. I do appreciate you guys who turned up for the live stream, and hopefully I'll catch you later on in the week for some Champions League live stream, Premier League live stream as well. We've got other prediction shows coming on that I've already recorded. I've just finished recording them today. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here until I see you all again. Thanks for your participation, and I'll see you all in the next one. Roll the outro, boys and girls. Thank you. Goodbye, good evening, and many 2nd of July, or whatever they were, 3rd of Christmas, whatever it is. Ciao. Roll V2. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.